Hello friends and adventurers, and welcome back to Sally Cat Plays Exile 3, Ruined World. Today I'm continuing our tour of the remote isles with the town of Gorst. Town of Gorst looks like it has seen some better days. Okay, I was going to explore a little more thoroughly, but I found a skeleton. Not that skeletons are remotely a threat to me anymore. Everything seems pretty thoroughly ruined so far, except this building. The sign tells me nothing. Hello? Are you a friendly neighborhood necromancer? This man might once have been rather imposing and sinister looking. His robes are faded, however, and his hair is greying. He seems very pleased to have a visitor. I am Anzovin. Welcome to my shrine. I rule this temple, the temple of the surging darkness. He emits a laugh that was intended to sound sinister, but sounds rather asthmatic instead. You notice the temple is looking rather run down, and the walls are cracked. He grins evilly. Yes, puny mortals. We believe the darker powers are waiting for cruel forces to rise among the humans. You don't say. Yes, these cruel forces will be imbued by mighty energy by those unholy powers, and from there that is to say, they will rise up and rule the world. Yes! He laughs sinisterly, turns to the altar, and notices that it's looking very cracked and shabby indeed. He turns back to you, looking embarrassed. Sorry about all that. This was all a lot more impressive before the storms. Yeah, we got hit by serious storms about a year back. Building fell over. Some people died. Most people left. I had a shrine, and that's better than nothing, so I stayed. I gather herbs, and make a few undead to relieve the tedium. Well, wouldn't you? Okay. Yes, there's good alchemical herbs on this island. He thinks, care to purchase some? I could buy ember flowers here. I have 13 ember flowers. I'm not feeling a huge need for them. So, yeah, effectively friendly neighborhood necromancer. And there's one other pretty intact building. New arrivals enter here. Are you going to be full of skeletons? This was Gorst's barracks. They're abandoned now. They're also filled with a thick, nausea-inspiring stink of death. It's very unnerving. Okay, I see lots of bones. No one's going to miss that. I'm not taking the food. Oh, no skeletons. A couple of spirits and whites. I don't know, should I bother killing these? I feel like Anzovin might be a little cheesed off if we, kill the friends he makes for himself to relieve the tedium. So, I know there's more islands around here, but I can't get there from here. So we'll check Stormport instead. And we do have someone sitting by the docks. Okay, can purchase tickets to the city of Gebra. She takes your money and hands your tickets. You notice 3 gold, not 2, ends up in her bowl. Whatever. She then says, "Donate a gold to the cause, kind adventurers." Sure. Many fishermen ply their trade in the stormy waters off southern Valorum. Most of these make a few extra gold by ferrying people south to Gebra. Fortunately, you have a ticket. Take the trip. The trip to Gebra takes a while. You have to sail around Gorst Island to get there. When you land, the fishermen say, "Come back to the boat and wait. Next time we're by, we'll take you back. And watch out, the people in Gebra are odd." Then they leave. It's a bit funny to me that we have to sail around the island of Gorst and not interact with it to get to Gebra. But I guess A, most of the infrastructure got damaged in storms, and B, maybe nobody wants to deal with that little one-man cult there. So as usual, gonna do my perimeter check and exploration. Gebra is a very small town indeed, but it's got a couple of buildings to explore. Gorst Barracks. I think someone messed up a sign there. You meet a sour-faced little man in monk's robes. "I am Kawas." He looks at you coldly. "I am in charge of welcoming people to Gebra." "A quiet, uninteresting town. Perhaps you should return to Stormport. It's much more interesting there." He graces you with an icy smile. "It's a lovely town, with so much to offer, and only a short boat ride away, too. I'm sure you would find it much more interesting." I tell people all the things Gebra has to offer. He looks at you blankly. Come to think of it, we don't have anything to offer. Just some crops. And dull people. Fortunately, it's very easy to return to Stormport. Why don't you? So not actually very welcoming, is he? We actually can talk to the townspeople here. Kinda. You meet one of Gebra's citizens. Odd. Most people you've met in Valorum aren't this thin or haggard-looking. The person is quite quiet for a few moments, as if having trouble figuring out exactly what you asked. Finally, "I am a Gebran." You wait while the question percolates through the townsperson's brain. I farm. Farm. Yes, farm. For food. Another long, confused pause. Food. Yes. That is what I farm for. And I am busy. Yes. Food. Farm. The person vacantly wanders off. Okay? Well, seems like, locked doors in my way. Yeah, just another Gebra person. Well, at least they get individual homes and not just barracks. Now, I can't help but notice while we're down here, there's quite a lot of trees blocking off a corner of the map. What a strange empty building. Maybe if I go around to the other side? No. There we go. Passage through the trees. You open the door and see a room with a half-dozen thin sleeping mats. There are monks sitting on several of them, chanting, meditating, and performing complicated and demanding stretching exercises. Your relief at only finding a bunch of monks instead of bizarre monsters is short-lived, however. The moment they see you, they emit high shrieks and charge. Hi-ya! We found some mad monks. The Mad Monk is not quite as strong as me, but they do get a lot of attacks, and are resistant to most forms of damage. So I fireball them to much less effect than usual. The food is not mine, but, I think the original owners don't care. The chest contains papers. Lots of them. They are covered with dense, handwritten rantings. You can't make much sense of them. They seem to involve avoiding the end times, strenuous self-denial, and the phrase, feisty slap of pain. Interesting. Whoop. They got back up. Even with the blessing, I'm feeling kinda hilariously overleveled here. Let's see if we can't find anything a bit more challenging. Yet another village of boat people that inhabit these islands. Yet another village of boat people that inhabit these islands. And some wandering monks. You're ambushed. You aren't attacked by humanoids or slimes, though, but by a vicious, muscled, lithe band of monks. They shout, "Feisty slap of pain!" and charge. Mad monks and regular monks, huh? I don't think I've scryed a regular monk. Most of the ones we've come across have been friendly. Yeah, regular monk is half the level and less than half the health of a mad monk. Really, I barely need to be blessing myself for these fights. ambushed again. This time with assassins. I'm actually getting some XP for my casters here. By using them to engage in melee with monks. I might be a little overpowered. Ooh, I can not entirely get over there. What if I use the orb? Hello? How convenient that those islands are spaced just so that I will always land safely and not have to calculate my footsteps. Even more ambushes. When something dies to a field like Wall of Blades, does that XP go to the caster or split evenly among the party like with poison? I see you there. Even when I see them coming, it still counts as an ambush. I spy a tower on the far end of this island chain. Also, I like that this is even more remote isle. And here we have the Monastery of Madness, which does indeed look like it sees its share of combat. Monastery of the Sacred Tai Kwon Leap Fighting Martial Art Organization. Ooh, do they specialize in boots to the head? You use the key you bought to enter the monastery. You hear, from deep inside, the sounds of chanting and vigorous exercise. Oddly, the floor and walls show the nicks and stains of constant combat. You wonder who keeps fighting who. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody was kung fu fighting everybody else. Someone shouts an alarm! Suddenly, the corridors are filled with the alarmed yells of a host of upset and heavily armed monks. You look down the corridors and see quite a few of them watching you, weapons in hand. Then, in perfect unison, they chant, "We are the Youth Brigade of the Heaven and Earth Association!" Then they charge. Well, that sounds like something out of an anime. Well, hello there. Prepare to get wrecked. Let's try a shockwave. That only hit 4 mad monks. Don't tell me shockwave follows line of sight. That would be very unfair. However, now that I'm in a nice central middle of the hallway location, that's better. Imagine coming here as a much lower level party. That would be so much more difficult to handle. I think I'm starting to run low on targets, which is good because I'm also running low on spell points. Right, I've got the Dart of Returning. I should probably equip something else. Something with a little more damage. I said more damage. Come on. 12 is not bad when it actually manages to hit. Alright, good hustle, everyone. Some gold, some food, and some assorted garbage. And steel-studded armor, which is not garbage, but still not entirely worth picking up. Not when they're dropping this much gold anyway. Round 2, fight! The door is locked. Oh no, whatever will I do? I've got a book. You read the books. They're very detailed and educational books on a variety of martial arts styles and skills, as well as exercises for stretching and developing your muscles. You feel you'll be able to put the knowledge within to good use. Nice. I wonder which of my stats that increased, if any. Doesn't look like it increased my main stats. Could have increased my XP. Huh. Weaponry of the realm again. Lockpicks and a crystal. Ooh, many pedestals. This is a book of learning for the apprentices of this peculiar monastery. It is titled, Being Master of the Kung Fu of Holding of Breath. This one is titled, Mighty Screw Kung Fu. You're really not sure you like the sound of that. This one is titled, When the Strings Can't Show, a flying tutorial by Leslie Chung. Ooh, wuxia. This one is also being the master of the Kung Fu of Holding of Breath. Mighty Screw. Okay. Creatures of Legend, which I'm sure I read at some point. An armory, or melee chamber. Okay. Spear throwing room. Does indeed have javelins. And a mighty long range. Chamber of Extreme Self-Deprivation. Hi. Should probably bless and then do throwing. Assuming any targets are still alive by the time I get to the blessing. Chamber of the Practicing Jumping 20 feet up backwards into a tree Kung Fu. This small courtyard contains a single, tall tree. From here you can see a sign at the base of it. You stand at the base of a large tree. There is a broad, sturdy, bare branch about 20 feet up. A sign at the base of the tree says, "Clear your mind of all thoughts, focus, and leap." Do you? I'm pretty high level. Let's try it. You attempt to leap up to the branch, but only end up falling on your duffs. You must not have the high level of specialized training it takes. Another set of Spartan sleeping quarters. Search the chest. You don't find anything. Aww. Ooh, stairway. Chamber of the Pool of Acid to walk over. This grisly room must be for the testing of initiates. There's a pool of clear fluid with a narrow stone ramp over it. At the bottom of the pool, you see bare bones. The fluid in the pool must be acid. You walk carefully over the narrow stone ramp over the acid pool, when one of you slips on a damp spot and falls in. However, no damage occurs. It turns out the liquid is only water. You haul your friend out. Ah, chamber of the Hollywood pool of acid. Special effects not included. So yeah, these mad monks might be a serious threat to someone half my level. Evil altar? As you approach the altar, you start to feel confused. Strange, staticky images skim across the surface of your mind, trying to get in. Do you kneel before it? Not before saving, I don't. You kneel before the altar, and immediately regret it. Your minds are bombarded with a host of bizarre images, of demons, and fighting creatures, and evil eunuchs. You manage to stumble away, before the images drive you mad. Your heads still spin. Okay. Can I sanctify this bizarre dark altar? You attempt to exorcise the altar, but nothing happens. Apparently, however bizarre the altar, or the cult that worships at it, is, it's not actually evil. Huh. Okay. A generic storeroom. With stuff. Mostly food. A rather blood-stained courtyard, and I didn't put most of these bloodstains here. Chamber of the Throwing of Anvils. Sponsored by Acme? Another stairway. Another locked door. Oh, hi, that's Basilisk. That's a pretty lousy party layout. Fortunately, that's not a very strong Basilisk. So we've got maces, gloves, gauntlets, a couple of wands, a couple of bucklers. Let's see if the wands are worth anything later. This room is where the students of the monastery practice firewalking. The bones lying around testify that not all were successful. Interesting. I wonder if the bones are legit, or if they're bones placed there for motivation by the instructors. Chamber of the Learning to Firewalk. Chamber of the Throwing Rocks. Yep, those are rocks, alright. Just regular rocks. This room contains the statues of fallen heroes of the monastery. Strangely, the statues were carved to reflect the wounds suffered by those commemorated. You've never seen so many statues missing limbs in your life. Ah, I was hoping for funny descriptions. Nameplates or what have you. Chamber of the Intriguing Surprises. Oh boy. You open the chest and receive an unpleasant surprise. It's a spider. Just a regular giant spider. That's a basilisk. And that's an ice slime. And that's a kitty. It's very possible I'm a bit overleveled for even what was intended for this dungeon. I mean, you can come out to the remote isles pretty early in the game. It does take a bit more effort to get the key to this place. Chamber of the hitting each other on head with clubs. Indeed. Dining hall. And pantry. You look in the pots, and see that whatever food originally went into them, it has been boiled down to an unpleasant, multicolored mush. What a waste. Yeah, monasteries and cults are not often known for their cuisine. Or if they are, it's because it's just so horrible. Right, time to investigate the stairways. What? Excuse you? How can... what? I can't get out of here. No. I don't want to be here. Oh, that's most unfortunate. Well, I haven't lost that much progress. Yeah, I know there's another one of you. Didn't actually explore well enough to get the back wall of the kitchen.
Okay, so I think there's a lot of these guys here.
Okay, I don't feel the need to actually open these chests and relive the intriguing surprises. Oh, come now. Steel chainmail, not bad. Not worth the carrying weight right now, but not bad. Okay, and hopefully I can, if not climb down these stairs, then find another set that gets me down safely. Okay, this staircase is safe. The other one appears to be somewhat trapped. Don't like that. But indeed, the staircases do lead to practically the same location on the upper floor. And now let's take a moment out for some extreme violence.
Good news for me, I'm still blessed and hasted.
Nya, you can't get me through there. Okay. Aye! That pillar seems to throw out fireballs. Go high. That's not what I wanted to do. But I will accept the results. And Garnet will accept some Garnet will accept some scritches. Even when I am recording Exile instead of giving her dinners. This is the standard cat ritual of demanding dinner at least an hour before she actually gets it. If you guys drop some weak energy potions, I'd like that a lot better than the strength ones. Shoots out fireballs in, as far as I can tell, random directions. Well, at least you got a little hit by that one.
Yeah.
I don't remember the second floor of this monastery as well as the first floor. Maybe part of that is because there are fewer hilarious kung fu references. Even without the artifact, this is becoming a profitable trip. Oh, great, another one of you. Thanks for not incinerating me. Just had to open my mouth, didn't I? They're resistant to magic and fire, or else Flame Strike or Divine Thud would be a good option. Wall of Blades, on the other hand. Enjoy your hallway full of stab! Actually, that's probably normal for these guys, having hallways full of stab. No, I do not need whatever armor I just picked up, especially not leather armor. Sometimes you just gotta fireball it. A Gorgon! Oh, okay. That's different. And I have so many resistances stacked up, I seem to be completely immune to the sleep clouds. Excellent. Not immune to poison, though. Be funny if the Gorgon fell asleep. I mean, I assume that the Gorgons are programmed to be immune to their sleep clouds. Finally, I've consumed some of my ammo. Oh wow, I actually killed something pretty big with a thrown weapon. Oh, right, with the poison. I bought level 4 priest spell skill for Connie, but she doesn't actually have any level 4 spells yet. Sacred Library. What can this be? Sacred Hall of Duels. You find the monastery's sacred library. It looks like thousands of scrolls, filled with obscure histories, bizarre rantings, and plain old doodles. Not a lot of gripping reading. Ooh, I wonder if we could find a waterbending scroll in here. If you didn't know to look for it, you never would have found it among the shelf after shelf full of demented ravings. It's a small scrap of vellum, with a recipe written on it. The recipe calls for mandrake root and ember flowers, which are then processed in a highly elaborate way. When done, the resulting potion will fill the drinker with great wisdom. You now know the recipe for Knowledge Brew. Cool. And that is the only thing of value to us in the sacred library. Sort of want to backtrack a little bit to explore these hallways. That does risk running into a few more mad monks, in addition to the fireball throwing column. Hello. This chest has been cleaned out. Oh, okay then. Well, I only got fireballed once. Just had to go back and check. This chest has also been cleaned out. Who's got my regeneration rings? Pearl and Steven. And Garnet. Yeah, right. I'm also pretty okay with having the opportunity to regenerate a few spell points before moving on. Which I might need for healing. Okay, and no more little hidden nooks that I can tell. Maybe one over here. But I think that's actually going to be easier to search after I get through with the Hall of Duels. At least I hope it is. Also, I'm kind of assuming that there's nothing in it, just like the last two. Might be better to move through here in combat mode. Oh, hi. Well, that was unfortunate. I may actually have to use that Ring of Magery before I finish with this dungeon. Nip! Nap interrupted. Don't you know you're supposed to be quiet in the library? I'm in good enough shape to go through a Hall of Duels, right? Oh. As you walk forward, a force stops you. A disembodied voice says, only one champion may enter the Sacred Hall of Duels. Does one of you enter? Not just yet. Okay. Steven will enter. A little bit of armor and weapons there. I'll take the ring. I don't think I need the halberd, shield, or helmet. You reach the pad and kneel on it. Suddenly, there are 3 puffs of smoke and flame above the other 3 pads. When it clears, you see 3 warriors, ready to battle you. They stand, chant, "Feisty slap of pain!" and charge. And I'm going to cast Avatar. As if having Martyr's shield on does any good when they can't even land a hit. Ooh, prizes. Lots of gold. You open the chest and find, in addition to treasure, a surprise! Hammer, Great Helm. Oh! Yet another basilisk. Basilisk, in fact. Phew. And a potion of weight 30. Wow. That's going to be a lot of uses. I still don't see those portcullis opening. I also see a spot that could be hiding something. Disclaimer. With the exceptions of the phrases feisty slap of pain and taekwon leap, which come from other sources, all martial arts terms and concepts were taken from actual Hong Kong kung fu movies, or the TV series Kung Fu. Disclaimer Part 2. Remember, friends don't let friends watch kung fu movies. They'll make your brain hurt. I object. I enjoyed the one year when I discovered the tradition of Kicksgiving, which is watching lots of kung fu movies on Thanksgiving. How do I leave? Did something not trigger that was supposed to trigger? I might need to reload and reset something. Nope, never mind. I'm silly. You are able to walk back to rejoin your group. Excellent. Oh, hi there. Portcullis is still closed, darn you. Oh, I guess it makes sense that I can't access the courtyard from here, because that would be the courtyard on the lower level anyway. I guess I just have to go back the long way around. Okay, I'm nearly back around to the stairs. This little cubby did in fact contain another cleared out chest. And don't go down those stairs because that will trap me with anvils. Climb down these stairs. And we got what we came for, so I can just head straight out. And say goodbye to the Monastery of the Mad Monks. And good night to all of you. I'll see you back in Upper Exile.